So if you watch the video on 2D cutting, you'll notice that we start where the 2D cutting one left off. We use the sketch that was imported as a DWG, and then through here we're just going to go through and take one more step and make this an extruded 3D model. As you'll see, the extruded 3D model will provide multiple benefits as we go through the programming process as far as selection and automation. So we use contour select to pick the geometry we want, ID, OD profiles, and we'll extrude it to that 0.1045 that we did in our 2D cutting lesson. Once we go into SOLIDWORKS CAM, we'll use the same stock and sketch that we used previously. If you don't know what I'm referring to, please refer to the 2D sketch cutting. Inside of mill features, we'll pick what geometry we want. Now for plasma cutting, generally when I do 2D fab, laser, water jet, plasma, I do holes, non-holes, and part perimeter. And then I also change the hole recognition option to say anything bigger than 3 thousandths diameter, treat as a pocket, because I do not want to add any drill features to it. And for reference here, you can see I've set up my technology database to where I have machine-specific parameters. So when I pick a plasma machine, it automatically picks my plasma profiles. So from here, we'll go through, we'll run this. We did extract machinable features. Keep in mind, this looks like a simple piece, but there's over 100 features that it's going to find here, so it does take a little bit of time. Granted, I could minimize some of this and clean it up a little bit, but just to show you an example of the process. Depending on your computer, there's a little bit of speed difference that does happen in the calculation, but please keep in mind that it's looking at material, looking at geometry, and looking at the feature type, and then adding the perimeters. Now, one thing that SOLIDWORKS CAM does do is it always puts the perimeter or the outside profile first and then any pockets. So before I generate, I always drag that one to the bottom. That way it'll cut my outer profile last. From here, we'll just generate the operation plan, because as you can see, it automatically found all of my geometry as plasma. That's part of the automation that I've set up for my plasma machine to make it faster. The next thing that I do when I deal with a bunch of internal pockets, in this instance I'm going to treat all of these the same, so I want the lead in and lead out to be the same, is I'll use a combine feature to combine all those. So as I make my lead in, lead out settings, they all happen under one operation. You can break these out and do them individually. You can group them to where the lettering has a different lead in, lead out. Totally up to you. For this example, I'm just going to turn off gouge check. I'm going to make a smaller lead in and lead out. And I'm going to change the lead in, lead out angle to 45 degrees. Depending upon what you're running, laser or water jet, you can make all these settings unique. So from here, we'll generate the toolpath. And then we'll generate the toolpath for the last one, which is our outside profile. And you can see I'm using a different lead in, lead out for that. From here, it's nothing more than posting.